This communication was prepared for educational purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. All opinions or views reflect the judgment of the authors as of the broadcast date and are subject to change without notice. Julius Wealth Advisors, LLC, is a registered investment advisor. Our disclosure brochure, available at advisorinfo.sec.gov or through contacting us, provides further detail about our business, services, and fees.
Welcome to the Big Bo Show. I'm your host, Jason Blumstein, aka Big Bo, CEO and founder of Julius Wealth Advisors. It's 2025, new year, new opportunities, and a fresh start for making the choices that define your future. Earlier this month, I learned about this thing called Quitter's Day. Ever heard of it? It's supposedly the day that most people give up on their New Year's resolutions. Well, today is January 22nd, so if you're tuning in, you haven't quit, and you're already making one of the best choices you'll make this year, investing in yourself. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like wealth building is this big mystery? Like there's some secret sauce only a select few know about? Yeah, I used to think that too when I was younger. But after working at places like PricewaterhouseCoopers, Morgan Stanley, and JP Morgan, here's the spoiler. There's no secret. Building wealth isn't about luck or knowing fancy jargon. It's about choices. Small, intentional choices made consistently over time. And the best part, those choices are entirely in your control. Today, we're going to unpack that idea together. No lectures, no jargon, just good old fashioned conversation about how to turn your financial goals into reality. So grab your coffee, your notebook, or just your undivided attention, and let's kick off the year by choosing success. By choice, not chance. Ready? Let's go!
Let's take a little flower and turn it into a tree. 'Cause we're harnessing the power that has been passed down centuries. Life in a game, fortune and fame. You're gonna win over time, you know. It's hard to attain, but you're on your way. You're listening to the Big Bo Show.
Brought to you by Julius Wealth Advisors.
All right, team, let's dive into it and discuss the power of intentionality. Because if there's one thing I've learned in life, it's this. You only have two options in life. Option one, crush it, or option two, get crushed. And there's truly no middle ground. Every single day, you're making choices. And the reality is, if you're not actively choosing to take control of your wealth, guess what? You're letting someone or something make that choice for you. And here's the kicker. One day, if you're not intentional, it'll hit you like a ton of bricks, and you'll get crushed. But here's the good news. The power is in your hands. Building wealth isn't about luck or waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about owning your decisions and turning intent into action. Let me share my story with you to see how this works in real life. When I started Julius Wealth Advisors, I wasn't some spur-of-the-moment decision. It was the result of years of intentional choices. At 10, I chose to sit with my grandfather, Julius, as he turned off my cartoons to watch CNBC together. At 14, I read my first book about Warren Buffett. At 16, I chose to leave my friends to play football at a prestigious high school. At 18, I used my football skills to earn a scholarship to a great school, not just a football program. At 22, I started saving and investing with my first paycheck. At 28, I became a CFA charter holder. And at 38, I left a comfortable job to bet on myself and start my own firm. Each one of these decisions was about betting on myself, even when it was scary. And that's the same approach you can bring to wealth building. Every financial decision you make is a choice. Do you spend that bonus on a gadget or invest it in your future? Do you let your money sit idle or you put it to work? The difference between people who build wealth and those who don't isn't their starting point. It's how they show up for themselves. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you have to live a life like a monk or skip every latte. This isn't about deprivation. It's about intention, aligning your financial choices with your long term goals. And here's the best part: success isn't an accident, it's a series of choices. When you make those choices with purpose, you're not just playing defense, you're running the offense, calling the plays, and yes, absolutely crushing it. So, what's the takeaway here? Building wealth is about making intentional choices that align with your values and your goals. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start small. Because here's the deal: success isn't random, it's deliberate, and it's yours to create. Before we jump into the next segment, let me ask you this. Are you ready to take the next step towards financial success? Stick around because after a quick commercial break, we're diving into the how of building wealth. I'm talking about the exact playbook you need to turn your dreams into a concrete reality. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Start building wealth by choice, not chance, with Julius Wealth Advisors. At Julius Wealth Advisors, your progress and your gains are our measure of success. Experience personal attention to every detail. We create strong financial plans, use time-tested investment strategies, and offer personal coaching to navigate life's inevitable turns. At Julius Wealth Advisors, we provide clients with a concierge experience in a boutique environment. Join us and let our experts guide you on a collaborative path to financial freedom with sound money management principles. Develop your tailored wealth playbook and help secure your financial future. Start strong with Julius Wealth Advisors. Visit juliuswealthadvisors.com or call 201-408-4644. Email info@juliuswealthadvisors.com. Julius Wealth Advisors, where building wealth is by choice, not chance.
All right, team, welcome back. Now that we laid the groundwork with some intentionality, let's get into the nuts and bolts of how to build wealth by choice, not chance. This is where we shift from ideas to action. And for that, we've got a playbook, a simple 3-step process that I use with every client I work with. Our playbook is built on 3 pillars: planning, investment strategy, and mindset. Each one is critical to your success. So let's break it down. Let's start with the foundation. Step 1, planning. Because here's the truth: winners plan ahead. You can't just wing it and expect to build sustainable wealth. It doesn't work like that. At Julius Wealth Advisors, we believe a well-crafted plan is the cornerstone of gaining control of your financial future. It's not flashy, it's not a shortcut. It's a commitment to discipline, accountability, and hard work. And trust me, the payoff? It's worth it. The first step in our planning process is what I like to call the comprehensive assessment. This isn't just a quick glance at your bank account or retirement savings. No, we dig deep. We look at your full financial picture, not just the numbers, but your values, priorities, and your vision for the future. For example, do you dream of traveling the world in retirement? Or maybe you're laser focused on leaving a legacy for your family. Whatever your goals are, understanding them is the first step in creating a plan that's not just practical, but meaningful. Because let's face it, money without meaning, it's just paper. But when you align your finances with your intentions, it becomes a tool to live the life you've always dreamed of. Once we've done that deep dive, we move into the next step: creating your wealth playbook. Your wealth playbook is your personal roadmap to success. It's not some static document you create once and forget about it, or set it and forget it. It's a living, breathing plan that evolves with you. Life happens. Your goals change, your circumstances shift, and that's okay. The point of the playbook is to give you a sustainable approach to navigate those changes and stay on track toward financial freedom. Now, let me share a quick story about a client of mine. We'll call him, quote unquote, Jeff. When Jeff first came to me and said, Bo, I feel like I'm juggling 10 different financial goals and dropping all of them. This is a common occurrence. We started with a comprehensive assessment to understand what was the most important thing to him. Turns out his top priority wasn't just growing his wealth, it was making sure he can pass on sustainable, substantial wealth to his kids. Together, we built his wealth playbook, focusing on automating contributions, properly structuring his investments, and balancing those goals with his lifestyle. And you know what? Over time, Jeff started to feel something he hadn't felt in years: control. All right, now that we've built the foundation with planning, let's move to the second pillar: investing. And let me tell you, this is where a lot of people trip up because they focus on quick wins instead of the long game. At Julius Wealth Advisors, our philosophy is rooted in the wisdom of legends like Warren Buffett and Jack Bogle. These guys didn't just become icons by chasing trends or gambling on the next big thing. They stuck to a disciplined, long-term approach, and that's exactly what we do for our clients. One of the most magical forces in investing is compounding. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow into a forest over time. Let's say you invest $100,000 today at a 7% return. In 10 years, that doubles to $200,000. In 20 years, $400,000. And after 30 years, over $750,000. And if you consistently add $1,000 a month, you're looking at over $2 million. That's the power of letting your money work for you. But here's the thing: compounding only works if you give it time. The biggest mistake people make is trying to time the market or chase short-term wins. The secret? A disciplined, analytically built portfolio tailored to your goals and objectives. Now, I'll be honest with you. Investing isn't always exciting. It should not be. It's not about flashy wins or doubling your money overnight. And honestly, that's a good thing. The excitement comes from watching your wealth grow steadily and sustainably over time. Investing should be as exciting as watching the grass grow, knowing that over time you're creating a forest for yourself and your family. So whether you're just starting out or you've been investing for years, the key takeaway is this: stick to the plan, trust the process, and let the power of compounding do its thing. And when the market gets noisy, because it will, just remember the wisdom of Buffett and Bogle. Time in the market beats timing the market every single time. All right, we've talked about the importance of planning and investing, but here's the thing. Even the best plan and the most rock-solid investment strategy won't get you across the finish line without the right mindset. Mindset is the engine that keeps the whole thing moving forward. And just like physical fitness, building a fit financial life requires devotion, repetition, and consistency. You know how people say getting in shape is 90% mental and 10% physical? It's the same thing with your finances. Sound financial planning and robust investment strategies are just the starting points. The real magic happens when you commit to the habits and the mindset that will sustain those strategies over the long term. Let's talk about habits for a minute. I like to think of financial habits as the building blocks of a fit financial life. Just like hitting the gym or meal prepping on a Sunday, good financial habits are all about consistency. And here's the key: the more you practice them, the easier they become. For example, one habit I work on with my clients is automating their saving/investing. It might seem small, but over time, that one habit creates momentum. It shifts the mindset from investing after all my expenses to investing is a mandatory expense. And that's a powerful transformation. But let's be real, life throws curveballs. Maybe the market dips, maybe an unexpected expense comes up. The key is staying committed to those habits even when things get tough. Because here's the truth: success doesn't come from avoiding challenges, it comes from knowing how to respond to them. And here's where having a trusted partner makes all the difference. At Julius Wealth Advisors, we don't just hand you a financial plan and send you on your way. No, we're in this with you. Think of us as your coach and your teammate. Like a coach, we're here to guide and support you, but we're also here to hold you accountable. Because let's face it, sometimes we all need that extra nudge to stay on track. And as your teammate, we're celebrating your wins with you. One of my favorite things about what I do is building these long-term partnerships with clients. We don't just want to see you succeed. We want to help you sustain that success over time. It's about trust, transparency, and a genuine commitment to your well-being. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about numbers. It's about helping you live the life you've always dreamed of. So, what's the key takeaway here? Building wealth isn't just about having the right plan or the right strategy. It's about having the right mindset. It's about developing habits that support your goals, staying consistent through life's ups and downs, and partnering with someone who's got your back every step of the way. Because here's the thing: financial fitness, like physical fitness, it's a lifelong journey. And when you commit to that journey, the rewards are worth every bit of effort. Stick with me, because in our final segment, our beloved Bo Knows is back for 2025. We're going to tie it all together. There's some football and food wisdom. Two things I know you're going to love. Stay tuned.
Get your money right. If you got the appetite. Get your money right. If you want to get another insight. Win big while setting the score. But there's something that I want to tell you. Bonus.
All right, folks, let's bring this home with a little segment I like to call Bo Knows. Because if there are two things I know besides wealth building, it's football and food. First up, football. Building wealth is a lot like building a championship team. You need a strong offense, your income, and a solid defense, your savings. But the unsung hero, special teams. That's your tax planning, insurance planning, estate planning, and all the other little details that turn a good game into a great one. Because it's always horrible when your kicker loses the game for you. Growing up as a Miami Hurricanes fan, I know this hits home with my Florida State friends who consistently come up wide right. Now, let's talk food. Wealth building is also like making a great smoked brisket. Stay with me here. You've got the star of the show, your investment portfolio. But if you don't season it right, adding a little knowledge, patience, and intentionality, it's going to taste bland. The key is balance. A little heat, a little sweet, and a lot of time in the smoker to get that flavor just right. So whether you're on the field or in the kitchen, the lesson is the same. Success takes strategy, teamwork, and time. But when you get it right, oh man, it's worth it. So there you have it. Building wealth isn't about luck or lottery tickets. It's about choices. The choices you make today set the foundation for the life you want tomorrow. This year, I challenge you to stop hoping for wealth and start choosing it. Start small, start somewhere. And if you're not sure where to start, I'm here to help. Head over to juliuswealthadvisors.com, click Let's Connect, and book an initial conversation with me. Because, folks, 2025 is the year you take control and start crushing it by choice, not chance. Thanks for joining me on the Big Bo Show. Until next time, keep making those big moves, and remember, live a life of integrity, obtain as much knowledge as you can, and always live a life that you're passionate about. All the best.
Thank you for tuning into the Big Bo Show.
Let's take a little flower and turn it into a tree. 'Cause we're harnessing the power that has been passed down centuries. Life in a game, fortune and fame. You're gonna win over time, you know. It's hard to attain, but you're on your way. You're listening to the Big Bo Show.
Brought to you by Julius Wealth Advisors.